Hi everyone, today I'd like to talk about productivity. How can we ensure whatever that we're doing in a day is actually productive versus being busy, right? I think most of us have times in our lives that we have been really busy, but after the entire day of work and running around and moving appointments around and we're doing all this busy things, we finally go home and find out that hey, the day hasn't been productive at all. So how do we differentiate between being busy and productive? Being productive means that you have a certain goal and you place priority in that goal. Every task that you're doing actually works towards achieving that goal rather than just being busy doing things, right? So let's uncover that a little bit more. Before I do that, I'd like to share with you, I have actually learned this from my mentors, Alex Mendocian. If you don't know him, I first met him about now close to 10 years ago, right? During a course that my wife and I took, that's the GBI course, okay, in the Quantum Leap program. And we learned so much of those tactics and those strategies that he taught us, and one of them was about the Mont Blanc pen. And if I had a chance, during one of these videos, I would actually share with you what he talked about this Mont Blanc pen, and I still remember very vividly, right? And this course actually most of the strategies, not all, if not all, are timeless, and it still works. And flipping back through this booklet through the years have helped me not only in my consulting business, but also with a lot of the clients that we talk to. In fact, today I was talking. I had a meeting with a client, and we went back through some of the very basic strategies within this course, and the client found it exceptionally helpful. And I want to tell you that if you have your focus right onto the right principles of business, you're going to get yours out pretty soon, okay? But today we really want to talk about the difference between being busy and productive, right? And as I shared with you, productive means you have a goal and everything that you do focuses to make you achieve one step closer to that goal, right? So that's being productive. Busy is, busy is just being busy. And a lot of times you hear people say, hey, you call them and say, hey, how are you? What are you up to? I'm very busy, right? So the idea is be productive and not busy. So how do we ensure that we can get onto this right track of being productive and not just busy? Okay, so there are a couple of steps to make that happen, and that starts by planning, right? So often people say, hey, you plan your week, you plan your day. So the question is, when should you actually start planning your day? Let me give you a tip that Alex Mendocian, actually my guru, actually taught us, right? And he's been saying this, but also it got reminded during just the weekend that passed. He said, make sure you begin your planning the night before, right? Don't do it early in the morning. Why? Because when you wake up in the morning, things are already beginning to happen, right? You are going through your day, and you should be planning your day while going through it, because then it'll be just a mess. So do it just before you go to bed. Spend some time, plan the day, write it down if possible, okay? And that's number one, right? Plan it. Number two, make sure you get up and do some exercise. Get your blood flowing into your body, and the reason you want to do that is that will give you the maximum amount of oxygen into your system, and your blood will be flowing really well, and that gives you not just energy but focus to be able to work through the list of your priorities, right? So a lot of people would actually plan out their day, and they've got maybe a list of 10 things to do within the day, right? And he shared this one tip which I felt that was an excellent key, because I used to be like that too. I've got maybe 100 items, and the ones that I didn't finish, I'll push it to the next day, and the ones that I didn't finish, I'll push it to the next day. Okay, but then after a while I end up being busy, right? So how do you not end up being busy? What he was sharing with us was that, hey, you should only have one item within that list that you're supposed to do as the only thing that you need to achieve for the day, right? That is also called prioritizing, right? So if you prioritize your day and that was the most important thing, then you get up and you go do that thing, that item on that list, focus on that until that gets completed, right? Before you get into the next, list of things that you need to do. The moment you get that kind of clarity, the moment you are that sure that this is what you're going to do for that day and that is the only thing that you need to get done, need, not want, right? Then you would find yourself tracking along every single day towards the goal that you want to achieve, right? If you are tracking on it on a daily basis, every step of the way, one item, and you're tracking it and you're doing it, then within 30 days, you have completed 30 items within that scope of things that you're trying to build and that you're trying to complete. And that is monumental when it comes to having the motivation and the traction, okay, or the momentum that gets built up in getting, that item checked off, okay, or the goal that you have checked off, right? So for example, if the goal is to lose 50 pounds, okay, so no matter what happens in a day, whether it rains, whether it shines, whatever it is, for your personal fitness, let's say that was the goal, then no matter what happens, you're gonna do that 30 minutes or that 1 hour exercise, whether you have a program with a coach or, you're following some video program or, you're doing your own thing, but make sure that gets keyed in, locked in. No matter what happens, that will be the thing that you go for and get that sorted out, right? For someone, who is overweight, nothing is more important than your health, right? To get yourself healthy and strong. So that's just an example. Or, if you're thinking of during this period, you're starting a side hustle, right? So you've got probably, in order to get it started, you probably got 101 things to do, right? So what are you going to do first? So you prioritize, and list them down, and then go tackle the first thing tomorrow. First thing tomorrow, right? So you tonight, what you're going to do is you're going to write down your list, your plans, your goals, and then what is the next thing on that list that you're supposed to get done, right? So finish the first item, then go to the next, then go to the next, right? Focus on the victories, the wins. Don't focus on, I have 95 things to do, right? If you focus on the 95 things to do, you're going to be overwhelmed. But if you focus on the wins, and every day if you're winning, every day you're checking off that list, prioritizing and checking off the list, man, things will change for you, right? So this is just a tip that I have. It got triggered back because of my client today, so I just wanted to share it with you. But it's a very important tip, and that's something that I consistently practice to ensure that I'm productive and not just busy. All right, signing off, Eugene. See you later. Bye.